Alrighty, in this video we're going to go through basic care of water turtles. It's going to go into a couple aspects as far as lighting goes, heating goes, diet-wise, and size. Alright, let's begin. First aspect, and this is often overlooked with water turtles, is lighting. For these guys, you actually need two different types of lighting. You need a light that's like this, and this actually has to be a special spectrum. It has to be a 5.0 reptile bulb. And you want to make sure you replace these bulbs every year. You also want to make sure that there's no glass or plastic in between that bulb and your animal, otherwise they buffer or absorb it. The second part of the light is the basking spot. And generally you want to use the infrared bulbs because you can run these 24/7. It's just one less thing you got to worry about. The temp you want to throw underneath there is anywhere from 90 to 95 degrees. And that's easily done with a dimmer and a digital thermometer. Other aspects you want to get done are things like diet. Now diet's pretty easy with these guys because they'll eat, well, anything that fits in the front end. And if it doesn't fit in the front end, well, they'll make it fit in the front end. Different things you can give them are things like, well, you can easily give them things like crawfish, which he loves those. You can easily think outside the box and do things like earthworms. We got some mealworms there. You can also use the adult mealworms, or the beetles. And of course, you can use cockroaches. And of course, you can also use some fish. You probably want to avoid the goldfish though, simply because if they survive, they get huge. Like these guys. So you probably want to keep it to the small minnow guys. That's pretty much the basics. As long as you got lighting, you feed well. You want to feed daily, multiple times a day. I generally feed him pellets in the morning and the afternoon and the midday. I'll give him some live stuff. And I always make sure he has some stuff to graze on. Because as babies, these guys are going to explode. You want to make sure that they have enough to eat. These guys do grow quickly, so he can easily, I mean, this little one, he's about 4 inches right now, and he's only about 3 months old. So with the proper lighting setup, they can easily pack on about inch and a half a month. And some water turtles, they get easily about a foot length, shell length. So you definitely want to research your species. If you don't want one that gets as big, there are ones that don't get as big. Alrighty, so that's just the basic stuff. If you guys have questions, comments, you can feel free to post them, and I'll be sure to answer them.